Welcome to beautiful Madeira Beach, Florida. It's no secret that Madeira Beach has faced significant challenges due to back-to-back hurricanes Helene and Milton around 6 months ago. We've been dedicated to showing you how the Barrier Islands and the Tampa Bay area have been recovering, and so far the changes have not been that significant in the places we've shown you in Clearwater Beach, Indian Rocks Beach, and Fort DeSoto. Madeira Beach was hit harder, but my hope is that this video shows you the resilience and spirit of business owners and residents in Madeira Beach more than it shows you its scars. There is still so much to be done, but recovery has been substantial. The beaches are as inviting as ever, and plenty of local businesses are open and ready to welcome you with open arms. In this video, we'll take you through all of the fun things to do, give you updates on the area's recovery, and show you why coming to Madeira Beach is still a great choice. So sit back, relax, and join us as we explore the beauty and vibrant, resilient community of Mad Beach, Florida. We're going to start our morning in Madeira Beach with breakfast at the Reef. This spot is open late until 1 a.m. actually, so you can come for lunch, dinner, or a drink, but we love coming for breakfast. We love the Reef for breakfast, but if you're looking more for just like grabbing a coffee vibe, then check out Corner Kitchen and Coffee House. It's new. This used to be Sweet Brunette, which we also loved, and this footage is from Sweet Brunette. They decided not to reopen here after the hurricane. Last I heard, they were trying to open up a spot in Panama City, so I wish them all the best of luck up there. But back to the Corner Kitchen. This is video footage from the Corner Kitchen now. They serve good coffee and brunch. We stopped in for a muffin and coffee with the kids before going to the farmer's market, so definitely check them out. One of my very favorite things to do in Madeira Beach is to go to the Wednesday morning market. It is not year-round, and we are getting close to the end of the season. It usually starts in like around November, October when it gets cooler out, and then it ends right before it gets too hot in the summer. So again, we're getting towards the end of the season, but it is Wednesday mornings from 10 to 2, and it's right in downtown Madeira Beach. So where Saltwater Hippie is, where the Cambria is, those are probably the two main things that you would know. It's right behind me here, but so yeah, it's cool, a bunch of local vendors, but it's actually not very big, but like in a good way. It's very reasonable. It's an easy way to spend a slow Wednesday morning and then go to the beach afterwards or something like that. Now this year it is a little bit smaller than it has been in the years past, which is to be expected. As you can see, we've got construction on this side and exciting, happy things on that side. And I think that that's like just such a good analogy for what life is like in the beaches right now. Okay, so this street going this way, that's the major causeway that you're gonna take to get into Madeira Beach, at least more than likely. And then you can see here is that main street. There's this CVS right there, surf shop over here. Not sure if that helps you know like where it is. One of our favorite spots for lunch in Madeira Beach is Caddy's. They have the best location right on the beach with a bar area downstairs, a full restaurant upstairs, and another bar area upstairs as well. The views here cannot be beat. They are absolutely phenomenal. Drinks are really good, but a little pricey, which is just to be expected for these premium views. Food is good, but I wouldn't say that we're coming here for the food. We are definitely coming for, you guessed it, the views. They have valet parking here and you can stay at the beach afterwards. They were closed for quite a while after the hurricanes and just reopened recently. Eating at Caddy's will definitely make you want to spend the day at the beach if you were not already doing that. This is a different beach area than the one at Caddy's. It's Archibald Park, which is really the most popular beach area because the parking lot is almost immediately after you cross the causeway to come onto the island. This means it can definitely get busy here, but we were visiting on a quieter day, so it was not too bad. They do have restrooms here, which I'm pretty sure might have been remodeled after the hurricanes. If not, they look brand new. They're really nice. And there's also a little cafe and gift shop type of store here that's still closed from the hurricanes. They used to have live music a couple of nights a week here and stuff like that. So hopefully they can remodel and open soon. A little hidden gem in Madeira Beach, or at least I think it is. I think that not a ton of people know about it unless you live here or like close to here, is Rock Park, or I don't know, maybe it's ROC, but we call it Rock Park. And it is this huge area right on the water, has a splash pad. It is where there are like baseball fields for like the little kids, like Little League. And I think they have all the way up through like baseball here. There is like a grandstand, so they have some concerts. It's where they set off fireworks for 4th of July. And they have like tons of events here throughout the year in general. So there's a lot of times fireworks for that too. So there is a fishing pier. I'm trying to think.
Carnival.
Oh, yeah, I said like
all the stuff. I know, but the carnival is really cool. If you ever have a chance to come here during when they're having like a carnival here, you'll see a big Ferris wheel and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's usually in March for whenever the spring break is around here. It is really cool. This is what the area transforms to for the yearly spring break carnival, but they do have tons of events throughout the year. This is one of my favorite things about the Madeira Beach community though. They are always ready for a reason to throw a party, and I love that. There's also a little playground, and yeah, yep, I think we covered it. But it's a really cool little area, and this path here, you can come here just to go for a walk along the water, and let me show you what that looks like. There's the fishing pier, the gorgeous water, and then it swings around. I'll maybe go over there. The sun is kind of not on our side today. You can see the splash pad right there. It's hard to see, but it goes all the way around, all the way down to the street. So you can get a pretty nice walk in while you're here. Rock Park is easy to find, but the splash pad is a little bit of a walk from the parking lot. This threw us off a little bit the first time we ever visited because we knew that there was a splash pad in the park, but we couldn't necessarily see it from the parking lot. So if you show up and you can't see it, it's just because you have to take a little bit of a walk to get there. The splash pad here is pretty small. It's great for little kids though. Our toddlers do not need any more than this. They are completely content here for a long time. We do see older kids have fun here too, but we find that they get bored pretty quickly. I just realized I forgot one more thing. There is a dog park here as well. It's really small, nothing too fancy. But if it's all you have, like if you're here with your dog in a condo or something like that, it's convenient, just nothing too overly fancy. I don't know when the most appropriate time is to really talk to you about the hurricane. I know I'm interrupting the fun part of Madeira Beach to talk about something not so fun, but I really want to point out what this area looked like just a short time ago. If you subscribe to our channel, you probably already know that we lost everything in the hurricanes. We lived the next town over from Madeira, but we didn't have our own grocery store or anything like that, so we used the grocery store in Madeira. And we drove through Madeira Beach every day just to get home. So to be honest, it's kind of hard to tell where one beach town starts and another ends anyways. So Madeira just kind of felt like an extension of our home. When residents were cleared to come back to the beaches, we were one of the first cars to cross that bridge. I didn't plan on sharing this video footage, so the quality isn't the greatest, but this is what Madeira Beach looked like that day. The storm hit overnight on a Thursday, and these videos were from a Saturday evening, so 2 days exactly. And the reason that we weren't allowed access right away is because emergency personnel was busy clearing the roads, not only of sand, but of everything you could think of. There were like refrigerators, toilets, AC units, and even cars. They were also dealing with downed power lines, houses were still smoldering from catching on fire, and there were rescue teams helping people as well as searching for anyone who didn't make it. So it was just pretty crazy. And the amount of emergency workers that it took to make this happen was unreal. Fire and police, of course, as well as the National Guard. There were just so many hands on deck. I talked about our full experience quite a bit in a couple of other videos, but the amount of damage that Helene brought to this area was unprecedented, and I don't think that any of us could have mentally prepared for the wrath that she brought. But as you see throughout today's video, we have come so far, and I kind of think that when I see the damage coexisting with the healed parts of the island and the various communities, that this is a reminder that life is supposed to be made of highs and lows, and this is just a low. We'll come back and have all of those highs, and all of the visitors, all of the people who come here to make good memories, that is all part of the healing process. So hurricanes Helene and Milton back to back, as you know. We have done videos on Indian Rocks Beach, Clearwater Beach, and Fort DeSoto, and we've talked about the impacts that the hurricanes have had there. And in each of those places, I feel like the general takeaway, hopefully, was that yes, there were impacts, but for the most part, everything is open and it's worth visiting. Now, Madeira Beach is open and worth visiting. Please come. My message is not to not come, but you don't have to look as hard to see the damage of the hurricanes in Madeira Beach as you do in the 3 places we've shown you so far. Madeira Beach was hit a little bit harder, in my opinion. Rebuilding after a hurricane is quite a process, but there is still plenty open. Most of John's Pass is open, and there's tons of places to eat, tons to do. So even if your favorite was one of those spots, there's plenty to do. The beach is as beautiful as ever, but I feel like in Madeira Beach, the damage does coexist with the beauty a little bit more than some of the other places we've shown you so far. And truthfully, I think that that's beautiful. Anyway, I think it's awesome that we as residents are so resilient, as business owners are so resilient, and Mother Nature is so resilient. So I'll show you some of the damage. And again, the purpose of showing the damage isn't to discourage anyone from coming. It's to highlight just how much everyone here has really been through and how amazing it is that we've managed to rebuild as much as we have, even though there's still more to do. We have to talk about Dockside Dave's. They are famous for their grouper sandwich, and this footage is from before the hurricane. Unfortunately, they were pretty significantly impacted by the hurricanes, and I know everyone is really anxious for them to make their comeback. I think in the Madeira Beach Facebook group, people ask about Dockside Dave's almost daily. Sadly, they have quite a bit of work in front of them, but they are rebuilding. So if they're not open on your next trip to Madeira Beach, hopefully the one after that, they are working so hard, and we're all so excited for them to be back open again. But just for your reference, if you have not personally seen it, this is what they're working with. This is what their building looks like right now. So we're all pulling for them. Make sure you support them when they are back open. And now we have another spot that's not quite open since the hurricanes. This is Krabby's on the Pass. It's kind of famous for being the longest waterfront bar. As you can see, it is right on the water, and it's right by the drawbridge. So you get to see the drawbridge going up when the big boats go through. There's also dolphins here a lot because they're always chasing the boats going in and out of John's Pass. That's also John's Pass that you see across the pass. How many times can I say pass? But so yeah, just good views all together. John's Pass, the water, dolphins, the bridge. These are obviously videos taken before the hurricanes. They are working really hard on getting back open. So definitely support them once they're back open if they are on your next trip.
Cannot come to Madeira Beach without going to John's Pass.
I guess you could, but you probably won't. This is the most popular thing to do in Madeira Beach. I think basically it is this long stretch of boardwalk. It's super cool, with restaurants, shops, dessert places, and one of the most popular things to do at John's Pass is to take a boat to this sandbar. It doesn't look popular today because today is a Wednesday and Sunday is the big sandbar day.
So John's Pass is cool. Like she said, there's like shops and restaurants. You also got like your ice cream, your your t-shirt shop, just like all that general stuff you like expect to see at like a boardwalk at a kind of a busy beach.
The dolphin jumping.
Yeah.
There's always dolphins jumping here because tours are constantly leaving. Like they do jet ski rentals, there's sunset cruises. We talked about the shuttle to Egmont Key and Shell Key. So anyway, there's tons. The pirate ship, there's a dinner cruise. You get the point. There are tons of tours that leave out of here. It's equal parts touristy and locals. So the locals go out to the sandbar all the time on Sundays. Locals love it. And this is a very popular place to like grab a drink. There's the Madeira Beach brewery out here, a bunch of restaurants. So we'll show you around, but there's like a lot of cool stuff to do here. And it's just quintessential Florida vacation spot. John's Pass got its name from a man named John who discovered the pass. So basically the pass that's there today that separates Treasure Island and Madeira Beach was formed by a hurricane in 1848. A man named John discovered it and he was a local fisherman. The pass was a pretty big deal because it changed the area from a small fishing village to a more vibrant and entertaining destination. Then in 1976, the owners of the Friendly Fishermen got the city to develop the boardwalk, which was completed in 1980. Obviously, it's been repaired and replaced a few times since then, but the Friendly Fisherman is still a restaurant that you can visit on John's Pass. In our last video, we went to Shell Key on Hubbard's Ferry and we left out of Fort DeSoto, but Hubbard's Ferry, you can kind of see it here at John's Pass, also goes to Egmont Key and Shell Key from here. So it takes about an hour to get out there versus the 15 minutes that it takes from Fort DeSoto, which honestly an hour boat ride would be kind of nice if you like boat rides. Anyways, so this is where you'd leave from. It's at the very end of John's Pass. There's Mitchell. And there you can see how long the boardwalk is. So at the very end. There are a lot of locally owned shops and restaurants on John's Pass, but there's also a few chains. Some of those include a Hooters, a Bubba Gump's, and then recently a Dick's Last Resort opened up as well. This is the inside of Skipper's, which used to be Caddy's. There's still a Caddy's sign, so I'm a little bit confused about that. But anyway, this part is not currently open. I'm not sure if they're working on it or not, but it's what it used to look like. And I just wanted to say that when I'm not pregnant anymore, we owe you a video on the best places to grab a drink in Madeira Beach because there's quite a few. But no place to grab a drink is as popular as the Saltwater Hippie in Madeira Beach. This place is well known and well loved for good reason. They have cool vibes, they have live music, and they did a lot for the community after the storms. Even though they were personally affected, they opened a whole basically storefront of donated items, which they gave out to people in the community. We personally benefited from that. We were able to get some food and some clothing items. So Saltwater Hippie, you are incredible. You have my heart forever. You already did, but thank you. and all of you should visit this amazing place.
Also, it's in the downtown area, not in Johns Pass.
I know we already showed you one spot to get good dessert, but I wanted to show you another option because if you're like me, multiple dessert options are always a good idea. So that spot is Candy Kitchen. It is just down the road from Johns Pass, and it's been a staple since 1950. There are a few different locations throughout the islands here, but the one in Madeira Beach is my favorite because I think it's the most nostalgic. You can't miss the bright red building, and they have so many options for dessert, from nostalgic candy to ice cream and really anything in between. This is the kind of place that people look forward to coming to on every trip to Madeira Beach, so it is very common for the line to be literally wrapped around the building. All right, we are at the Bicentennial Park. I don't know if I ever even knew the name of this park until literally just now, but I feel like this park is kind of a little hidden gem for locals. I don't know how many visitors come here, and I wasn't sure, like, I don't know if visitors even want to come here. It's right on the water, so it's, I guess, here, I'll turn around again. There's the causeway, so this is like on the land side of Florida, and then across the causeway is Madeira Beach. So this is just a waterfront little park that's great for fishing. Tons of tons of fisher people come here. And then it's also great because it's dog friendly, so people also bring their dogs here. So if you're visiting like fishing, or you are bringing your dog, you might want to come here. Otherwise, I don't know that you necessarily need to cross the bridge to come here unless you're staying close to the causeway and you want to go for a walk. But we used to come here all the time before the hurricanes to bring our kids and the dog. I don't know if it's that people just aren't necessarily respectful here, or if it's just a easy area for things to wash up, but we do often come across some like just debris, so be careful of that. Wear shoes. But the thing that's nice about it is that it's so calm. So that's what's nice with kids, is that there are not waves here. But then you also get to watch the boats go by, which sometimes attracts dolphins. So anyway, it's just like a really cute little park. As you can see, we've been coming to this park throughout many stages of our life. It's just easy and kind of different. So if you like to fish, or if you have a dog, or if you just want a change of scenery, it's also great to launch a kayak from. But anyway, check this park out if you're looking for one of those things. It's just kind of different. Across the street from the park, in the Publix parking lot, not like literally in the Publix parking lot, but once you see Publix, you'll see it, is a pizza restaurant called Slice, which we really like. When I used to work in this area in person, we used to go there a lot for our lunches. It's right on the water. They have live music. It's really good pizza, good beer. I think I have some footage of it. We're not going to go there in this video, but I think I have some footage of it. So I'll insert that if I do. And we have been there since the hurricane, and they are doing great. So nothing has changed in the video from pre-hurricane or anything like that. Right across the street from the park is a 9/11 memorial. It's located right on the water and along the causeway that leads to the island. It's a really popular spot to walk and fish, so you'll see people out there just kind of enjoying the outdoors. The memorial includes an 800-pound piece of steel, which was part of one of the Twin Towers. There's also a flag of honor created from the names of those who died in 9/11, and along the wall are 3,000 holes that light up. Those signify the lives that were lost, and the holes are random in size and how they're arranged, which is meant to represent the diversity of people who died. Finally, there are 4 panels that represent the planes. Each is 9 feet and 11 inches tall with the flight number etched into the panel. They also don't touch the ground, which is symbolic of the planes that didn't reach their destinations that day. John's Pass is home to one of our very favorite festivals, the Seafood Festival, and usually it's held in January, but it was postponed to March this year just to let the area continue to heal and rebuild. They have a ton of vendors with good food and live music. Most of the vendors are seafood related, but definitely not all of them, and some of the vendors are selling things like t-shirts, hats, candles, stuff like that. It's always fun during the day, but it's also a great party at night. So just kind of depending on which vibe you're looking for, they have it. This is from a couple of years ago, obviously, and if you happen to visit, this traffic shows you how popular it can be. The traffic is no joke, and John's Pass traffic can be kind of crazy regardless of special events, but for this seafood festival, they do set up trolleys that will, or like buses, I don't know if it was a trolley, but they'll set up buses to pick you up from common places to bring you in so that it can cut down on that parking. We've had a lot of fun sharing the barrier islands with you, sharing their updates and all the fun things that there still are to do while we heal and recover from the back-to-back hurricanes. Hopefully these videos are helpful in knowing what you're getting into as you plan your trip back to visit. And hopefully you are planning a trip to visit. Let me know in the comments if you are, and thank you so much as always for watching. It means so much to us, and we'll see you next time. You guys happy?
You got your muffin in your hand? We're chugging the smoothie. Hold on, William. Really good smoothies here.